Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. And yeah, it's looking like it's going to be another one. We had a fantastic game yesterday. And yeah, I've actually jumped into the Challenger League in Starcraft Season 2 European, something like, I don't know. But anyway, it's going to be awesome. And I've just now taken my shoes and socks off because I've been wearing them for around 2 hours around the house and my feet are cold. It's like freezing in here. I just turned the heater on, but it's taking a while. It's like central ducted heating, but it's still taking ages to turn on. So my feet are going to be cold during this cast. So any mistakes I make are no doubt due to that. So yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. So going around for a... I think you already scouted, he's just going home. I skip way too far ahead in these games these days, but whatever. Skipping the boring part, so who cares? Let's introduce the players. Up the top left side of the map is Mr. MorroW. He is 22 years of age, from Sweden, plays for Team Property. He's the property of Team Property. And his opponent down the bottom side of the map is Mr. LiveZerg, who I feel we have cast at some point in the past. I feel like we have cast MorroW at some point in the past as well. I really can't remember though. If I have, it's only been like once or twice. So LiveZerg is 22 years of age, from Russia, and plays for Vega Squadron, which is a very, very cool team name. It's, I'm not saying anything here, but I mean, Team Property, I think Vega Squadron probably takes it in terms of the cool team names. So yeah. Grats to LiveZerg for being from a team with a cool name. And yeah, I've been spending way too much time at ultra zoom because this feels like it's really zoomed in, but it's actually maximum zoom without using. So there we go, there's the ultra zoom, but there's really not much happening. So I feel like I'll just keep it zoomed in for now, and I'll wait until an opportune moment to actually go for ultra zoom. And we do have the command center coming out for Mr. what's his face? Mr. MorroW. Yeah, he's getting out some Hellions as well, pushing them across the map. You know what I think it is? I think it's because I got a 27-inch monitor and I'm literally sitting like 30 centimeters away from it. So everything just looks huge. I have to actually move my eyes to see both sides of the screen. Well, it's not that bad, but you know how it is. It's a huge monitor and it's very big and I'm very close to it. So yeah, everything looks huge, which is why I keep wanting to zoom out. Yeah, but I think I understand that most of you will be watching this on smaller monitors, and you may not even be watching this full screen. You may be watching this in that little window thing in YouTube. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to zoom out quite yet, but when the action starts happening, when there's a ton of everything going on, then we'll have to start thinking about it. So, factory coming down, we've got a barracks coming down, we've got more barracks coming down, no starport as of yet, so it looks like just pretty standard stuff. Getting the stim, getting an NG bay, double NG bay there, going for the start of his upgrades, getting some Hellions out. I think he did a bit of damage with those, but not a lot. No, hasn't actually killed anything, so pretty dodgy effort. And LiveZerg down the bottom side, he is getting a lair. He's got a roach warren, so he's getting some roaches out, but he is getting ling upgrades, so it looks like the roaches are going to be a bit of a segue into straight up Mutaling for Mr. LiveZerg. And there we go, we've got the third base as well. He's got a ton of queens. The creep spread starting to look pretty decent. He's just sort of fudging it around the area that he's in, but he's going to start spreading it out in a major way. Needs another creep tumor, another couple of creep tubers. Did I just call them creel? I don't even know what I called them, but I didn't say creep tumors, I said something else. So anyway, this guy going in, the queen, oh, just manages to sandwich it, but it's still on the move. Manages to escape all the queens, does get a almost full scout off, but these guys coming in as well, doing a bit of a run, roasting a worker, keeping on moving, and they're going to try and get up here as well, but that thing is way blocked at this point. The question is, no, he did not scout this section, so he misses the Baneling Nest, and that is the key building that he needed to see, and the Spire, of course, because if he just knows about the Roach Warren, which I assume he does, because it's out the front here, then he could mistakenly assume that is going to be Roach Hydra. And yeah, that might be interesting because he's going for tanks. And tanks are not all that useful against Mutaling, but they're useful against Roach Hydra. They're great at killing Hydras, not so great at killing Lings. No, I'd say not. They're great at killing Lings, but the Lings are normally too fast for the tanks to have too much effect, and they just swarm everything too fast, whereas Hydra's quite a bit slower, and they always stay at range, which is the important thing. Tanks are good against Hydras because the Hydras are always standing at range. Not so good against Lings because the Lings get right up in your face, and either the Banelings explode or the Lings attack you. And when the Lings are right next to other units, tanks are a horrible unit to have because it's just flash damage all over the place. So yeah, tanks, if he is going Mutaling, which it does appear that he is, then it's going to be not that useful. The tanks will do a ton of damage to the Lings, but it'll do a ton of damage to a small amount of Lings. Unless he goes for a massive, massive, massive amount of tanks, that's not really going to work. Widowmine's definitely a better unit when it comes to facing Mutalings as compared to tanks. So here we go, bunch of Lings coming across. The Hellbat does get destroyed. It instantly jumps over there. So Mr. MorroW wondering a little bit about what he should be building. He's going for a Thor at the moment, which is going to be good. And yeah, Thor's kind of, they're okay against Roach Hydra. They're pretty good against Mutaling. Obviously, they do very well against whatchamacallit. I think we need the Ultra Zoom. That's a ton of Lings. They do very well against... Right, so the Thors are pretty good against Mutaling. They do very well against Mutas, obviously. Especially if there's 2 or 3 of them. They just absolutely destroy any Mutaforce. And yeah. Against Lings, no. They're pretty bad. They're like Immortals in that respect. They just suck against Lings. They're not bad against Banelings simply because they've got so much health and Banelings can only attack once. So, yeah. Income-wise, MorroW doing a very, very good job. LiveZerg naturally staying on top, so both players no cause for concern as far as their macro is going. And knocking back some creep. We do have a massive amount of Lings spearheading this attack. Going to be surrounding the Marines quite easily, taking them out. Didn't even need the Banelings, so suddenly MorroW is starting to realize what a pain this could potentially be and is going to be pulling on out. Now the tanks could still be good if they are staged like this, because if you assume the first tank is going to die, then the tanks up the backside will still do a ton of damage to the Lings attacking that tank. But I'm really not sure that this is going to work. I mean, LiveZerg just has tons of units. I mean, MorroW has tons of units as well. He does, but those Lings are just absolutely massive, massive. And I don't know, they just seem so scary. I don't know why they seem so scary. They do have 2-2, but Mr. MorroW has 2. Look at these, he's spreading out this way, spreading out that. It could be a map-wide flank. Is that what he's thinking? I think he's just scouting for bases. That would be insane, a map-wide flank. It looks like it, doesn't it, on the map? Looks like he's just moving over. Here he goes, nice drop in here, killing some workers, but the Lings going in here, the Mutas chasing the command center away. The Banelings running through there and going nuts, and LiveZerg is going ballistic on everything at once. However, his army might be in a little bit of trouble here. There's so many Marines. The Mutas all run away. They are very, very low in health, but the Lings have gotten in here, and the Thor's getting taken out. The Hellbats get taken out. The Workers getting taken out. Income-wise, a lot of loss has happened. LiveZerg has lost a bit. MorroW has lost quite a bit more. And now he's having to run in and slowly clean up these Ling forces that are just absolutely everywhere. So great, great play from Mr. LiveZerg. MorroW trying to get some more worker kills with those forces out there. Some nice micro over different parts of the map, but in the end those forces did get wiped out. A couple over here as well, but the Mutas do take care of them. And MorroW definitely the loser in that confrontation. He just got really, really badly hit there. I mean, he's killed a couple of workers, but 29 under is going to start to be huge over the next few minutes. He's got a massive army still. well, it's the same as LiveZerg's army, but LiveZerg does have a lot of lings, which, yeah, don't really count as much. I mean, if you think about it, the tanks cost like 3 supply or 4 supply. So they are worth 8 lings, but I think in terms of damage, they may be worth more than 8 lings. I don't know, the Marine is definitely worth more than 2 lings, and it costs the same supply, so yeah, very, very interesting. It all depends on the circumstance. You got a large amount of Marines and they get totally flanked by lings, then the Marines are probably worth quite a bit. But I don't know, if you morph a ling into a Baneling, then suddenly the Baneling is worth a very decent amount of Marines if it gets the hit off. So there we go. Look at this. Moving in, a bunch of lings coming in, and they do destroy quite a lot of Marines. And yeah, there they go. They're just moving on. And this is where that splash damage starts to move against Mr. MorroW when it starts to hit all over the place. Muta's doing a pretty good job. They're going to be able to take this down. No repair in sight. MorroW could have bought himself a few extra seconds if he repaired that. Chose not to, and did end up losing it. That tank getting right up there, and I don't know what it's going to be attacking, but it's got no vision up the high side, so it can't really do anything. Muta's going in, attacking more workers. MorroW is just not having any luck with defending his base, and he's trying to move in here, but I have a feeling that LiveZerg is just letting it happen. He's got the Banelings, he's got the Lynx, he's just waiting for the Mutas to do critical amounts of damage. He's going to pull the Mutas back, and he's going to run in with the Lynx. He is sending little waves of Lings in at a time, and these waves of Lings are not to kill anything. They're to get close to units so that the tank's splash damage can kill those units. So it's a beautiful play by LiveZerg, and it's playing on the disadvantage that I spoke of at the start of the game, which is using tanks against Muta Ling. The splash damage just is such a bad idea, and LiveZerg making sure that he uses that. Yeah, great job sniping the tank in the backside, and I think that LiveZerg is perfectly in control right here. He knows that he's taking a lot of hits here, but I think he is weighing those hits off against a perfect attack, which he is filling in right there, and you can see that MorroW has absolutely no hope of holding this off, and it looks like he is going to go down. His main army going to go down. Managed to save the hatchery, which I didn't think was going to happen, but did manage to do it. And now, I mean, MorroW is pretty much dead in the water, I think. He's down to 8 workers. LiveZerg has lost a very, very decent amount, but he's still very far ahead in the army size. And that Hellbat almost killed the hatchery. Oh, very, very close. And MorroW gives the GG. He knows he's got nothing left. No minerals, tons of gas, but whatever. He gives the GG right there. And LiveZerg takes the game. So very, very nice job by Mr. LiveZerg. A very well fought victory. And yeah, just a little bit of an idea of why you do not use tanks against Muta Ling, because the splash damage is not as good. I mean, Widow Mines do a fair bit of splash damage as well, but they're short range. And so, and you usually put them out ahead of your army, and they're underground as well, so they don't have the disadvantage of the tank where you can't put the tank in front of your army because the damn thing gets killed. But the Widow Mine, you put it in front of your army, it's a lot cheaper than a tank, and it's underground, so there's a fair chance that they won't even see it if they don't have overseers. And it does so much damage and has such a long reload that, you know, one hit pays for itself. A tank would have to hit something 10 times to get the value that a Widow Mine gets in one hit. So that's why Widow Mines are so good. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will catch you guys tomorrow with another game. Stay tuned.